The cries of a newborn baby, to most, are one of the most amazing, fascinating resonances of them all. Knowing that a new life has entered the world is one of the most rewarding concepts to a new mother. Pregnancy is not a disease, unfortunately, some treat it as so. The practice of abortion may be constitutional right, it might solve a temporary problem, but it is not a good, reward-worthy act. From the time of conception, the fetus is considered a life. Taking life should not be left in the hands of people, but solely by God, the creator of all things. In addition, the act of abortion may prove detrimental to the mother choosing this injustice, whether it is emotional or physical. From conception, the mother's body begins preparation for its 9-month-long journey. Progesterone levels increase, mammary glands begin lactating, producing colostrum, the substance made prior to milk. The uterus also enlarges as the baby grows, moving around internal organs to make way for this development. Not only biological, a woman's emotions rise and fall as hormone levels increase. All these are acts of preparation of the body to house this life. The transformation from a tiny fertilized egg to a fully formed baby is awe-inspiring. Beginning around week 3 after conception, the embryo has a full set of DNA from both parents which determines gender, eye color, hair type and color, and other traits arise. By week 5, the embryo has a heartbeat twice the rate of an adult's, and it has the ability to feel emotionally and think. Facial features, limbs, fingers, and toes are formed by week 8. Week 10 begins the function of vital organs such as lungs, heart, liver, and brain waves can be detected. Around week 18, the baby begins moving, fingernails and hair begin to develop, and it can hear sounds from within the womb, and the brain begins rapid development. By week 34, the baby's skin becomes soft and smooth, lungs and other major organs finish developing, and the mother is close to bringing this life into the world approximately by week 38. In everything she does, the pregnant mother realizes that she has a responsibility to another life, and her heart and soul are preoccupied with successfully creating this being. All of these remarkable aspects of fetal development are interrupted by the act of abortion. Sometimes feeling a sense of emptiness, remorse, or frustration, the mother may become deeply saddened or depressed. After all, her body has gone through so many changes, investing so much time and effort to prepare for this child's arrival. And at this time, all of this comes to a screeching halt. In common terms, this type of situation is similar to preparing for a triathlon for months and not following through with it, or deciding last minute to change the date of a wedding 2 days prior. An abortion may scare or scar a mother emotionally and physically, or may cause future complications if the mother reintroduces the idea of becoming pregnant again. But the greatest damage is done to her spirit. From the first day of conception, a human being begins to develop. Therefore, why should we allow such an act to kill this life, as if we should be the deciders of another's fate, regardless of whether or not the mother is prepared to have this child or not? This process is vicious and inhumane. There are many techniques to abortion. One method is known as suction aspiration or vacuum curettage, which is most often used in first trimester abortions, using a powerful suction tube with a cutting edge inserted into the womb, dismembering the fetus and tearing the placenta from the uterine wall. Here, the fetus's body parts are collected along with amniotic fluid, blood, and placental tissues. Another method is known as dilation and curettage, where a sharp knife is used to cut portions of the fetus into pieces and removed from the womb. Other techniques use RU-486 and methotrexate, which are forms of pills and injections, respectively. These are designed for pregnancies between the second and third trimesters to target the fetus like cancer, attacking the cells and neutralizing supplements like vitamin B and folic acid, which are critical to cell division and fetal development. Used to abort a fetus as old as 24 weeks old, the dilation and evacuation technique is similar to that of the DNC method. Here, the developing parts of the fetus are twisted and torn away from the trunk, including the head, which must be compressed or crushed to facilitate delivery or removal. In certain circumstances, however, abortion may be necessary for the mother's health and livelihood. Contrariwise, I believe abortion should never be a factor. No matter the situation of how one becomes pregnant, by rape for example, this should not be the immediate solution to a problem of the sort. Yes, one may feel that every time they look at their child, they could be reminded of that horrid experience they encountered. On the other hand, in looking at it as a glass half full situation, this life has a purpose. It has a reason to be alive. The only time it should be even considered is if the mother's health is threatened. Still, this should not be a hasty decision, and this should not be encouraged. Medical professionals do not always have the answers. Only the divine creator, God, should determine the outcome of this newly fashioned being. Abortion has become such an easy decision to make among women today, and is unfortunately the initial response to pregnancy for many. Instead of resolving these issues, so many are pro-choice and claim, I am not ready to be a mother, or I am too young for this responsibility, as if the decision is as easily made as in choosing where to eat for lunch. We, as America, have laid aside so much for justice for all people and freedom to be anyone you desire to become. Therefore, why should we allow this injustice to a fetus, a human being just starting out on its journey? We are not to decide life or death. This is the responsibility of God.